Hey guys, how's it going? Naked all day. We're on our server. We're playing with Devinrose. And what is this that we're looking at? Hmm. Wow, is this some sort of hacks? It must be hacks. And if it's hacks, oh, what is this? Look at that. We've seen this before, I think. It's a mining community or a abandoned mine shaft with no rock. And all these floating. What? Anyways, yep, you called it. This is either episode 14 or 15. Nope, we're not going to call this one an episode. This one, we're off to see the wizard, Mr. Devinrose's house, and here it is. As you will see momentarily, we're going to walk you through every little project that he's gone through, show you all the neat stuff, and there is a bunch to it. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for joining us, and let's get this party started, shall we?
So,
Oh, hey, how's it going? Show us around. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. What's this I see? Are we jumping in? What's going on here? Oh no. Oh my god, here we go. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Wow, even the front looks like a locomotive with this texture pack. That looks really cool.
yeah.
So are you gonna do the whole touristy guide thing as we pass around?
Well, how much have you seen?
Well, on our left, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see that we have a blade spawner. We have conveyor belts bringing them towards
And
us.
got a wither skeleton spawner as well. So we need to fight the wither at some stage so we can some nether stars and make these run permanently.
So that's on our agenda probably in the near future. I'd say within this week, we'll have to get into there. It looks like all the skeletons are getting stuck behind the spawner.
Yeah, it's good. They'll try and pathfind at some stage and end up coming out.
And you used the Tinker's Construct glass to cover it, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that stuff's cool. You see that, guys? How the it only shows the furthest most edge. I mean, that's just cool. So while looking at it this way, can't really see it unless you can see the square in front of me because it's close enough for me to touch it. But pretty neat.
do you want to drive?
Yeah, how do we do that here? Yeah.
So, yeah, just right click on the machine. It's an idle at the moment. Just switch it to running. And then yeah, the multiple arrows can up the speed and down the speed.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And just when we get back up top, you can switch it back to idle.
Oh, it's blowing whistles, dude. Oh,
You can
that's
see my tree farm there is all square, and I've got rubber plants in there as well.
so. Is this what we're building, or is this the next advanced one?
No, no, this is what you're building.
So this is what we're building. This is the tree farm, and you have the same upgrades that I just built.
Yep.
So this is basically how big we're gonna get. Now his is running super fast. He's got a lot of power. He's probably going through like 62 million MJ a second or something.
You can see I've also got the Essentia jar working as well.
Oh yeah, look at
Devinrose.
the Thaumcraft Essentia. It's the lamp of growth, helping these trees grow big and strong. And wow, I like this train, man. This is pretty neat.
It's actually not that hard to make too.
So here it looks like we're kind of going past a lot of your power generation. We got high pressure steam boilers. Apparently, one of
So
them is just to run. Here, I could stop it here. Let's see. One of those steam boilers is just to run your quarry, right? It's the one on the left there.
yeah, but I'm gonna put another couple of tesseracts on there to spread the power across multiple channels. One will be to I've just started doing bees in the digger age, so one will be to power the bee machines and so on.
That's interesting. So then we have a big tank here. You built another tank, so you have fuel and
That one's seed oil, so we need seed oil to make some of the bee machines.
interesting. Now, have you gotten that far in Thumbcraft to be able to um, build all the Thumbcraft bee stuff?
Yeah, I just haven't looked into it. Yeah.
Let's see. And I have a confession to make. I cheated in some of those things that kill the taint or filter the taint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took them down as my manipulated attempt to pretend like I didn't know what I was doing to experiment with the taint. But yeah, I figure that's something in the research I haven't yet researched because I can't find it in the Thaumonomicon.
Yep. Yep.
But
That's what they call hidden research. Alright, you can shut it down.
all right, hit the shutdown button.
Yep.
There we are. That is pretty neat, man.
Yeah.
So where are you getting all these trophies from? Just by killing a bunch of these things? Like every 6,000 or something you get some?
Well, the blaze ones and the bat ones are coming out of the mob spawns down below.
Mm,
And the rest are just from killing mobs.
that's pretty neat, pretty neat. So let's
They
go.
scan too if you want research points.
Let's give us a tour and just kind of narrate what you got. You don't have to get too deep, but I think it's pretty neat. YouTube might appreciate what you got going on here.
Well, on our left we've got a blast furnace, which is if you right click on the blast furnace, it's max temp. So I think the highest temperature we need is 3,000. Because I've added the two sets of coils, it's pushed it right over, and I can actually take the advanced machine casings out now.
Oh wow.
So I've just got silicon and aluminium and stuff being run through here at the moment.
And what is that producing? The silicon dust, just silica?
I believe it's from centrifuging redstone.
Mm.
It's not the redstone or ender dust. Behind you is just a standard blast furnace. That's just to keep my steel levels at 512.
And this is one of the next couple things that I need to build actually, and this is the basic one. Because you're using standard machine casings instead of reinforced machine casings.
Yep. So standard machine casings just get you 1500 heat to which is enough to do steel at a lot better rate than the bronze one.
Okay.
Next on our left we have our grinder. So if you right click on the export bus, you can see what I'm putting through there.
All right. And do you get any of the special components that gregtech says that you need to run through its machines in order to get? Whether it's a different type of ore dust or something?
To be honest, I just run everything I can through there, and then I just deal with the rest later. I haven't come across anything that I need to run through there especially, really.
Pretty neat, pretty neat. Okay.
And on this side we have a vacuum freezer, which is for things like tungsten steel after you've blasted it.
Wow, I've never even seen this. Canthanol? Kenthal ingot?
Yep. And over here we have an implosion compressor, which is to make our hardened or compressed iridium plates.
Mm. And you have
Where
an energy
our
buffer to
ingots,
each one of these. Is that just to keep it with enough electricity to, while it's going through its process, it doesn't have to worry about it?
pretty much, yeah. If there's several machines running at once, then they might start to complain that they don't have enough power. So I have the best size sort of buffer I can for them.
Mm. Very cool, very cool. Do you have any plans for the space over here? Is there another type of furnace or something that you plan on putting here? Or
I may end up making a couple more blast furnaces just for sort of to keep certain materials stocked.
okay. Now you did something to your super neat looking boots, didn't you? What do you got in your boots there?
Haste.
Mm. And that's the Thumbcraft boots, right? So the boots of the traveler?
Boots of the traveler with haste. Yes.
Man, it's like 73 miles an hour. All right, so what do we got? This is pretty interesting. Looks very intriguing. Got all the pipes and a bunch of smelteries, and what's all this stuff doing?
This is my Albury farm. So in each of these is we have like copper, tin, iron, and gold allberries.
Oh, so the bushes are underneath the red granite bricks then.
Yeah, the bushes need to be in complete dark.
Right.
And we have autonomous activators, which harvest them pretty much. And then our autumn ducks just push them straight into the smeltery controller, where they get automatically smelted and they get poured into blocks, which autonomous activator, when we have a full block, brings it out and then it goes straight into our AE system via logistics pipes.
Interesting. So every once in a while you'll get one block in here from the berry, and then it will fill up another layer of the block, and eventually, once the system needs the block, it will allow it to drain into the system after it hardens.
Yeah, after it hardens, it goes into the system, so it's this passive sort of generation. You can see we've got some copper here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Also, any of the gravel that goes into our AE system will automatically come out and go into the smeltery as well.
I see.
So copper gravel will go into the one that feeds the copper berries.
Very neat. And you're using uh, Buildcraft transport pipes, but you're also what is this? Logistic chassis pipes. So you're using logistics pipes as your sorting system.
Well, logistics pipes is an upgrade to Buildcraft pipes, so they're the same thing pretty much.
Mm.
And the end one here is just for clear glass. The system will, the logistics pipe system will keep sand in the smeltery there, and in turn will keep the barrel there full of clear glass, which we can access in our logistics pipe network and also our AE system as well.
So if you were to take, for example, a stack of glass out of here, then this one glass that's sitting here ready to be absorbed will go in there, and then the system will be able to pump more until it fills back up, which will then pause it because this glass has nowhere to go.
Yeah, so take a stack if you want and see.
We'll take one. See what happens. Maybe I should take a whole bunch. Wow, that thing just filled up a whole stack in like a second.
Yeah, it's the buffer and the autonomous activator.
Oh. I was like, dang, that's quick. Oh my god. I was about to quit. Like, I seen enough. Oh, and you got your harvester running. Look at this guy. So, other than food, do you use the bread or the wheat for anything, seeds or anything, for anything in particular?
The seeds make seed oil, which I use for the bee machines. But the wheat I'm probably going to end up feeding to some cows or something, cows and sheep. Um, yeah, for some reason, just because I've got nothing else to do with it really.
Factorization has a a block that takes food, any type, and turns it into heat, which you could eventually use to refine minerals or whatever. I don't know exactly, but I just thought that's interesting. You throw some cow beef in there and it runs. It's kind of like their way of energy. Now, I know last time I came here, you were explaining this area to me, and apparently, um, it's something you're both learning, and I'd like to get into eventually. But industrial craft has crops.
Yeah, so I can't find too much information about it really. I've got a cropalizer which I right click on these crops and they say crop unknown, which is a good sign. It means it's we've got a hybrid crop from something. So um, but apart from that, I'm not too sure what else to do with them.
Hmm.
I believe we've got to wait till they're grown to harvest them and then see what they are.
Yeah, I'd like to ask the YouTube community if you guys know anything else on this. If you comment with a link of maybe a how-to video, or you want to comment on how we should proceed with this, much obliged, because apparently it's not that well um, depicted in YouTube videos yet. So cool. I'd like to see how this develops over time. Oh, and you've got a book to the end too. I just wanted to. That's we're gonna have to go there and beat the game at some point. Oh, look.
Here I've got my automated herbier for my tree farm,
All right.
and the others are just going to void jars. So my AE system keeps coal and saplings in the two interfaces, one of them underneath, which in turn keep the alchemical furnace stocked.
Oh, and you're making good use of the mirrors, and these mirrors basically go to somewhere else on the Earth. And as this Essentia flies through this mirror, it's going to come out, let's say, next to a lamp somewhere, and the lamp will be able
Yeah, it's
to
on the tree
absorb it.
farm.
So it's down at the tree farm.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I was under the impression that Lux would make the what are
Lights
they
work.
called? The arcane lamps brighter, but it's only when using in conjunction with an arcane ball.
Ah, makes sense.
So that's why that's set up.
It's a pretty cool little table. You got some meat down here. You got some seeds for the vegetarians. A little paint for the kiddos, or is that some milk?
It's a bucket of force.
Oh, that's pretty neat. So we got your research room over here, and you've done
Uh,
something else. What's all this now?
those been there for a while. It's what are they called? Basically XP berries.
Mm. Oh, that's right. That's right. You did talk about that. So basically, this is a never-ending source of experience.
Yeah, yeah. Although the berries are quite hard to come by, the bushes. Underneath there, I have basically these berries go to another autonomous activator, which just right clicks them, which turn the berries into experience orbs. The same which you get for mining or killing something.
Very neat.
And that in turn is sucked up by a vacuum hopper and sent to the tank there, which keeps the enchanting table full and the tank over there.
And I understand if I stand on this grill, it's going to take my experience and turn it into liquid form, and then start filling up this tank a little bit. So let's see how that works. I've got
Yeah, correct.
We've got 27 levels now, so if I stand on it, yep, you can see it. It's taking my experience, and maybe if we're lucky, we'll see the tank gain a little bit. Maybe it's just holding a lot more than we have up, but we did see the millibuckets go up, so that's pretty cool. So now I have no experience. And if this system didn't have any experience stored back, we basically would have seen it come to this tank first? Is this the buffer?
I think it goes to Enchanting Table first, but it's not from any design of mine.
Okay, so basically,
we'll pull the enchanted book out and then we'll enchant another one.
so I take this book out, another book gets enchanted, and it refills itself. Once it gets to level 30, because you have it set at level 30, then it enchants it, which you just got to repair too, by the way.
Oh, nice. I've been waiting for one of those.
Yeah, and I just pulled out Fortune 3. So, and you just come over here every once in a while and pull them out and stick them over here. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And then if you take if I remember right, if I were to take, let's say, I don't know, efficiency 4, for example, and I'm like, well, I want to make sure that my pants don't die off that fast, I could take that over to this anvil, and I could right-click on this block, and it's giving me experience. Maybe it's not right-click.
I just put that repair on my boots, thanks.
So if I right-click, it's giving me levels at a time. So as you can see, I'm now at level 21, and it keeps pulling the levels out of this tank, and I could always just put it back by standing here. Pretty neat stuff. Okay, what else we got?
Over here is just a standard arcane infusion with golem to manage my essentia.
Very cool. Are these voided jars?
No, they're not. Just because I haven't got around to it yet, really.
And you have a lot of heads down here. Is this to help keep you company when you're going crazy working with the magic?
Well, when you look at whatever you're crafting with the arcane infusion, down the bottom it will say an instability level.
Right.
Now when you start getting to the sort of medium, high, dangerous type things, you can place things down like heads, which will go towards negating that instability.
Now, is there a radius extreme that you have to stay within? Is it one block past the pedestals, for example? Or can you keep going and fill this whole floor up with heads?
I haven't come across any sort of advice that tells that.
And I wonder if we could like double stack them, you know, like put a roof over.
Quite possibly. It'll just be a pain to get to the pedestals.
Interesting. That'd be something I'd like to experiment with. Okay, well, let's see. You got your tables over here. Deconstruction table. We've gone through some of this stuff already, so that's good. You got an alchemical centrifuge, and that basically takes complex essence and turns it into its primal essences, from what I understand. So that's pretty cool.
I haven't used it yet, but I just made it for the hell of it.
And you have like a really cool floor over here. What does this floor do?
That is an arcane levitator.
Oh, look at that. Shot a mouse.
Takes us up to our one recharge station.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you just put your wand in here and it will recharge from all the nodes that I barely see around here.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have brought my my thermometer. That's cool.
You can check my goggles on. It'll give you a better view.
Oh yeah, they popping out now. Look at that.
See, one of my nodes is nearly dead, so I've got to replace it.
This one's not nearly as bright. Oh, it's because it was sucked dry. Okay, cool. And then to go down this, you just kind of go into the prevailing winds and press shift, and that will take us back down. Cool.
So I guess we'll go downstairs to the messy part.
All right. So this is the heartland. It's where all the good stuff happens.
Yeah, I think some of my cells are nearly dead, so I better have a look at these.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see my dual cells are now depleted, so I'm gonna swap them out.
Is that a manual process?
Yeah, it is. For now.
Oh, why are you putting that on? Wow. If you put that stuff into your inventory, does it cause radiation?
Yeah, it makes me real sick.
Wow. That's a good touch, I have to admit. So the suit that you have on right now is a biohazard suit, isn't it? Radioactive suit.
Yeah. So my A system keep my dual cells stocked in there, enough for the 2 reactors.
Hmm.
The red light indicates when the reactor is actually on. And the EMF, the reactor will be on based on what it receives from the lever here. So the lever has to be on. And the MFSU needs to be emitting a redstone signal, which is set to emit when it's partially full. So it'll stop emitting when it's completely full. So it's not running all the time.
That's pretty cool. So basically saves you from running through resources for no reason.
Yeah, at the moment these 2 reactors are burning through cells probably every 12 hours, which is a bit longer than I'd like, but I'm just got to look into a decent plutonium design because they last a bit longer.
And what are these things powering? Just kind of everything?
All of the machines down here over to the end here basically, not including the mass fab.
I see. All right, so this is the machine that I just built. This the whole apparatus, the mainframe, I guess would be the pattern mainframe. Is that what you called it?
It's just a crafting unit really.
Yeah. So we just finished that.
Assembly.
There's a lot more to the ME system or AE system. This being some of them. Um, this is where you could like make new patterns. With this item here is just like an interface to get access to all this stuff. As you can see, I think he's sorted it by A to Z, but I'm gonna go ahead and change it here and see how many number of items. So he's got like 28,000 sand, and it's all being held or monitored by this system, which we are just getting into. What's cool about this system is that you could have a physical storage, like a chest somewhere, and I believe his is over here. So that system recognizes all of these barrels. And not only does it recognize an actual storage, but it kind of makes a digital storage too by using what's like known as hard drives. And I don't think the drives are right here. Where are the drives at?
The drives are upstairs.
We'll check those out on the way out of here. But yeah, it's a pretty neat system. I like it. All right, so what else would you like to show us about your house here?
I think we'll head down this end where I have a high pressure steam boiler.
Oh, we've seen these on the railroad, so that's pretty cool. I really
so
like the way
is,
this looks, man. It looks very industrial. It's like something you'd see in the basement of some large size skyscraper or something.
So you can see here since in the past 12 hours I've made 10 iridium ore.
Jeez.
And that's all basically at the cost of charcoal, really.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit of steel for the 2 turbines out of there. No, I have found out recently that you use scrap is a modifier for the mass fab,
Mm-hmm.
sort of amplifier. So instead of just consuming power, you can consume scrap, which makes you consume less power in order to generate the UU matter. You can use other things as well. One of them being Eye of Enders, um, which once the blazes spawning by themselves will have plenty of. And that acts as a far greater amplifier than scrap.
I see. That's all pretty advanced stuff. So that's this. That's cool. That's really cool. So we found your massively over complex assembly table and laser system. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I think you've
it's,
overdone yourself on this one.
it's a fair to say that it is really.
There's probably going to be like a 30 by 30 room with lasers on every single wall eventually. That's what I envision.
Yeah.
We were joking around like you walk in there to get your circuit and you walk out a different color. Oh, that's hilarious. All right.
And the series sort of I need something to do something area, make it work type thing without being pretty, really.
Kind of like your experimental area.
Yeah, so these pulverizers just to keep the system full of sand. So once I need the logistics system recognises that the sand barrel is partially empty, it'll start sending cobble into this barrel, which goes into these three pulverizers.
Mm. Okay.
And this is much the same as your setup with redstone and ender pearls.
Oh yeah. Okay. Very cool. So the stuff that you basically in a nutshell, if your barrels are full, then you're probably recycling these things. And
I was until I started recycling before I had my mass fab, so I filled up too many barrels and ended up avoiding all the excess, really.
okay, cool. Very cool. And we did drive past your tree farm, but we could make a quick trip down there as bat form, I suppose. Now, you specifically made this age to be able to do this type of construction.
Just to have the space.
Yes, I could imagine having to either mine this out of a rock or build buildings over all your machines would get kind of tedious with all this going on.
Yeah, I basically wanted somewhere where I could keep noisy processes like this away from my main base.
Pretty cool. All right, well, thank you for the tour. I probably made this a completely separate episode. So what this will do, this will conclude our tour of Mr. Devinrose's base here, and we will continue back with the tree farm because we are gonna get that thing started. And the way we're gonna utilize the tree farm is it's gonna automatically make coal, and then hopefully give us some sort of boiler that will run some of our dinos. That's the goal for now. But well, anyways, thanks for joining us. I hope you liked the tour of Devinrose's house, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. Please comment, subscribe, and thumbs up if you like us, and we'll keep putting out videos. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.